Is this a sweet new menu update?
Princess and Bear here today. We're at Disney's old Key West resort because it's time to go to a place old and classic.
We're going to the Olivia's Cafe.
Yes, Olivia's made updates to their menu, calling us home. So it's your number one choice of food infotainment. We're here to try the cafe food so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I think I'm moving in.
It's time to foodie and chill.
The Olivia staple from Olivia Farnsworth herself, their traditional pineapple coconut bread. Now this does have dairy in it, so vegans, none for you. If you do require bread at this restaurant, your option is the allergy rolls. You don't have to get them, but the option is available to those that want it. This nice warm pineapple bread with the coconut, nice and flaky, warm, powdery, and then a side of whipped butter. Nothing special, no key lime butter, no honey butter, no maple butter, just a nice whipped butter. If you've never had this bread, the only way that I've ever been able to accurately describe the context of its flavor is it's coconut first, pineapple second. Take that as you will. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Now, as you saw, Bear got bread and I didn't because I didn't want the Chef Mike bread. And we didn't get appetizers either because we were just here like 2.5 months ago and we got all those appetizers. The appetizers did not change on the menu. What did change is the entrees and the desserts. So we're getting right into entrees, and here we are with a reimagined tofu curry. No longer contains mango. The consistency is totally different from the previous times we've ordered this curry. There's edamame in here. It smells like curry, like hardcore. I gotta say, if the tofu was a little crispier, it would be something I would picture being at Sanaa. It's very nice. It's just the tofu is like it's like a silken tofu. It's not firm, so it definitely kind of throws me off because I'm used to eating firm tofu, but there's really nothing wrong with it. It's flavored well. It's cooked well. I like the curry sauce. The rice is, well, I didn't try the rice. Outside of like the little bite that I had, I didn't try it by itself, but of what I had with all of the things, it did taste like it was properly cooked, washed and soaked and all of that, so that's a good thing. Yeah, this is a vast improvement over the last couple times that I've had curry here. When we came in January and reviewed it here, I purposefully didn't order the curry because, one, it had mango on the menu, and two, I didn't like it. I want to say the review prior to that, we went like, it would have been the holidays, maybe 2023. We came here and I got the curry and I did not like it at all, and I didn't want to order it again, and I put off coming here during lunch, dinner as a result, or dinner. They don't do lunch here as a result, so I'm glad that it's much better and much improved since the menu just changed. I love it. I'm here for it, and I really liked the Impossible Burger that I got last time that I was here. That's still available, but now I'm not going to automatically choose the Impossible Burger over the curry. I might hum and haw about it because they're both pretty decent. I would give it a 3.75 out of 5 curries. It's not at the level of Sanaa, but it does make me feel like it's getting there.
At long last, Princess and Bear have returned to the curry. I will eat curry in all its forms, and Old Key West is no different. This curry on top of the broccoli and the edamame. There's lots of greens in this curry, which I find very interesting. And then you have like the bits of tofu. Nice sizable tofu. I don't know if the total amount of tofu is, adequate to me, but, baby steps. At least now I can actually try it. I would say the curry is more sweet than like savory or spicy. It's far more sweet for that I was expecting from a curry. I was expecting something a little bit more like earthy and those spice notes, but it's got a good flavor to it. It goes well with the rice. I actually do like the amount of greens in it. Curry is sort of like what I consider to be one of those like kitchen sink dishes. There's no hard and fast rules to curry. You put stuff and you put curry sauce on top with like a side of rice and whatever, for the most part. And as long as you can do that without ruining any of those base ingredients, you're off to a good start. This honestly isn't a bad meal. And if you just put like a flex protein, depending on like how I was feeling for a day, tofu, shrimp, chicken combinations, I would eat this, honestly. I would say that it's not as good as like say their signature fried chicken, but I would order this. So that's a solid 4 out of 5 claws. Even I, every now and then, have to cave to the newness of a burger. They've had a burger on the menu here for a while. The fixings change for the most part, but you still have a Key West style burger. Now, I could have gotten the burger as it is, but we're foodies and we're picky. Not always. I'm less picky, but still picky about certain things. I told the princess I wouldn't say this, but it's already on the tip of my tongue, so I'm going to say this. I have a ranking for burgers. It's Impossible, beef, and then beyond. The ranking is what it is. So instead of the normal beef patty you have here, I got an Impossible patty with all the normal fixings. So I got cheese, I got bacon, I got the aioli, I got the Key West ketchup, the onion rings, and all the other fixings that are on this plate. I just decided I didn't want a beef patty. And sometimes I'd be in that mood. I do it very often when we go to City Works. I get their spiciest burger, and I get an Impossible patty. That's just what I like. So I like that I have the option to switch it out at the very least. Give you tons of cheese and everything you need to assemble your own burger. So you have plenty of sauce. You're going to watch me assemble this bad boy here. You have the aioli. Give it a little swirl. Or maybe like a yin-yang over here. I don't know. The princess wants me to use my tools, so I'm going to do that. I was just going to like glop it on there like I would at home, but you know. I have the tools, I should probably use them. Then we have a little bit of the ketchup. I probably didn't need both, but you know what? They're both going on there. The ketchup was probably meant for the fries, but I don't care. Then we have the bacon jam.
No,
It's just bacon. It was bacon jam. Now it's just bacon. Bacon bits, shredded. I thought it was going to be strips of bacon, but I will take shredded bacon. So go ahead and get it all. We know that's what you want. They have onion rings that you normally put on there. I'm not putting the onion rings. I don't love onion rings, and 2, couldn't eat them if I tried. Then we have the tomato with an adequate amount of pickles. I could probably do with a couple more. From the land. Specifically, they put on the menu, pickles from the land. Not lettuce from the land, not tomatoes from the land, pickles from the land. I'm not mad at you guys for that. And then there's a stack of lettuce. And then this hugely oversized bun. Now, coincidentally, last time the princess got an Impossible burger here with no cheese and fixins, it was the same size bun. So I guess here in Old Key West, they just wanted to be as big and ridiculous as their personality. And that I can sign off on. The only real unique things about this burger is the key lime ketchup and the aioli. Everything else is standard burger fare, but they're hitting everything well. The bun is nice and toasted with crispy edges. The patties have a nice sear on it. The pickles are nice and fresh. You bite into them, there's an explosion of that pickle saltiness you love. The tomatoes, got that nice firm tomato, not the mushy tomato. And lettuce is crunchy. Like, those are all the things that I want in a burger. And the bacon, be bacony, even shredded up into bits. It's given bacon bits, like the large kind. Onion rings, I do not miss. It is a good burger. If you want like an American classic, this works. I would give this a 3.75 out of 5 claws. Now, like with any side, they gave you fries. And on this channel, here we do the fry test. The fry test, to explain it in detail, is you take the fries and they must remain stiff and crunchy. As you can tell, these fries have failed their test miserably. They have failed this burger. But they're just shoestring fries, so I don't expect a whole lot to begin with. Go ahead and give it a dip in that ketchup, because I feel like it needs it. They're lucky the ketchup is good, because the fries are crispy potato sticks. Crispy is the wrong word. They're potato sticks. A little mushy. They give nothing. They're just a vehicle for the ketchup. Fries, 2.75 out of 5 claws. The plate as a whole, I rated with the burger. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
The official wine of our channel, the House of Brown Rosé, celebrating excellence, celebrating women, celebrating blackness, celebrating rosé all day. Yep, still sweet, still delicious, still my favorite wine for this channel. It's a 5 out of 5. It is a Princess Cities item, and it's from California, so all wins in my book.
Another attempt to get shamelessly sponsored by something that I would drink all the time anyway. Get you a nice, fresh, cold Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. Cheers. Tastes like freedom in the American grit. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
The newest dessert here, our friend the beautiful gluten-free vegan brownie, is no longer available here at Olivia's. That's why we came here in January, because I wanted that brownie presented beautifully. Now we have the most spectacular coconut milk cheesecake with an edible flower from the Land Pavilion at EPCOT. Now I can't really do coconut flakes. Those will make me involuntarily gag, but I really wanted to try this because it's new, and I try to pick off as much coconut flake as possible to be able to do this bite. I have to say, take this with a grain of salt, because before I went vegan, I didn't really like cheesecake. It wasn't my thing. I know a lot of people love cheesecake. I go to Cheesecake Factory, and I think back then there was like a black and white cheesecake I used to get that was like the only one I was willing to swallow. Since going vegan, Bear likes cheesecake, vegan cheesecake at least, and we've tried like the Daya ones. I feel like there's another brand that we tried that was cheesecake. Maybe I definitely remember Daya, and it was terrible. Eating cheesecake before when I was vegetarian also thought it was terrible. I do remember the consistency of cheesecake, though. That is like an unmistakable thing. This specific coconut milk cheesecake has like the exact consistency of a cheesecake. It is unmistakable. It is so creamy. It is so rich. It is super flavorful. Yes, there is a lot of coconut, and I am so glad I didn't get any flakes because that would have been bad for me, but just being able to have it without it, it's creamy, it's divine. I think for somebody like Bear that appreciates creamy things because he wasn't always lactose intolerant, I think he's going to go on a beautiful ride with this dish. For me, I can't eat the whole thing just because of the flakes. I probably, if I had known it was going to be covered in coconut flakes, I would have got it without it, so I could have at least tried to stomach it. But with the flakes, it's a hard no. I am going to judge it without because that's how I tried it, and that's how I can make it palatable. It is a 4.75 out of 5 cheesecakes. It is the best vegan cheesecake or a picture of a cheesecake that I have had, I think, since I have been vegan. This is like mad props to the bakery chef. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Coconut cheesecake mousse. That's a lot of very interesting words in a title for any dessert. Coconut cheesecake mousse. Cheesecake and mousse, usually two fairly different consistencies, but this is a beautiful plating. Usually when I see something that's like, oh, it was from the Land Pavilion, that feels almost like, okay, we get it. You grow things in the Land Pavilion. This is probably one of the first things I've seen in a long time. It's like, okay, I know you grow that in the Land Pavilion because that is absolutely beautiful. Princess, give a little backstory. I have been lactose intolerant since right around my 25th birthday. where I got very, very ill. And after that, I could not have dairy. Before that, I was a fiend. I was like cereal for dinner, cookies and milk. I'm one of those people that have a cup of milk before I went to sleep, warm milk, cheesecake being one of those things. Since I became lactose intolerant, there are varieties of things I can have. Cheesecake is one of those like absolute no's. Every single time, without fail, that you've seen me eat actual cheesecake on this channel, I've gotten sick. Every single time. So, the potential to get something that is cheesecake even 80% of the way, even when it's covered in coconut, is kind of exciting. Now, is it going to taste? It's equal to my excitement, especially with the enormous amount of coconut I'm looking at. I can just smell the whiff of coconut like I just did the, what is it, like the was it acetone one, like the, used to have the kid with like the half cooled down baby bottom thing on it. It just smells like suntan lotion. The surprise is all for the consistency, like 100%. That is cheesecake consistency. I would say it's like 96% of the way there to like cheesecake consistency. I love the whipped cream. I hate the coconut. I'm sorry, it's too much. There's a limit. And I know, being an islander, that may sound like blasphemy, but growing up around coconuts my entire life, there is a limit to the amount of coconut you can put on a dish before the childlike joy of being an infant again and throwing the plate across the room strikes my soul. This is needling on that edge. Like my taste buds are screaming internally for how both good the cheesecake is and also in horror of how much coconut is on this. And that makes rating it really hard because it is a really good cheesecake with just entirely too much coconut. And I want people to come eat this. If you love coconut, I think I found your new favorite Disney dessert. And you can thank us later. If not, I don't know, you may want to avoid this. I think this is amazing. But I promise you, I will never eat this again. A 4.5 out of 5 balls. The chocolate torte is another brand new dessert on the menu. It reminds me a lot of the old vegan brownie that you got here because it is covered in raspberry sauce. You have this vanilla panna cotta on top, a little bit of raspberry, but all this red you see, that is raspberry sauce on top of this chocolate torte. Now, it is gluten-free, or at least we were told it's gluten-free. We will re-verify that to make sure. For our gluten-free family, community, friends, you have new food. So we're going to dive right in. And because I had to eat that coconut dessert, I want this berry. I've earned the berry. The berry is for me. It's not like I had anybody to share the berries with anyway. I just went on record that I've earned this berry after having so much coconut today. Really dense chocolate. Dark chocolate. The vanilla panna cotta, it's a nice touch. Raspberry syrup, it's raspberry syrup. Honestly, it tastes almost exactly like the vegan dessert it used to have. It's just a bit softer. I would give it 4 out of 5 plus. Olivia's treated us like it's a cafe.
I'm pleasantly surprised at these changes. They were very nice, very unexpected. Yes. I think that's the word.
I don't think there are improvements to the overall menu, though, as with the last time we came here was like 3 months ago. Yeah. I think the menu still needs a complete refresh.
I would say, too, I didn't try the rice when I had my curry, but I did eat the rice on its own, and it was cooked to Persian approval. So,
Persian stamp of approval means high regards around here. Olivia's Cafe holds that special place in people's hearts here. I still think it's better for brunch, but at least dinner is improving.
Yeah, that's fair. Those are all fair points. And yes, I do think that brunch is still better.
Yes, but we know what you guys think. Do you still consider Olivia's when you're making reservations for your next trip? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, The comments will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell for see other videos like this. And
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will eat himself into the water and maybe he'll get eaten by a gator. Because this is Florida, especially the Keys, right?
I mean,
I don't know.
there's a paddle. I'll fight them off. Look on the wall. But you heard the girl.